Hello everyone, this is Tammy from puzzlering.com and Osher.com. Today we're going to be solving the 6FMS. This is a 6-band sterling silver men's puzzle ring. As you can see, it consists of the 2 outside bands and then the 4 top crossing bands. The interesting thing about this design is I basically call it a fancy 4-band because you're going to treat those top crossing bands as 1 band each, even though there's 4 of them. So most probably if you found this video, your ring looks something like this. And the first thing you want to do is you want to identify the outside bands. Those are going to be the easiest bands to identify because they're going to be the thinnest. So here's one outside band and here's the other. And what you want to do is you want to put them into this shape. I call this shape our diamond shape. Then you want to make sure you drop it to the same side of the remaining 4 bands. You don't want to split them and split them to opposite sides. You want to drop them to the same side because then they're going to be in the right position for the last step. Then we're going to pair up our bands. So we've got 2 bands that have a smooth top like this, and then 2 bands that have a dimpled top like this. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to work with the dimpled band in my right hand. So I'm just going to turn this. And then I'm going to turn the ring face down. And I do this because it's a lot easier to do this for the next step. And the next step is there's a lot of trial and error in this. So what you want to do is you want to take your dimpled bands and you're going to turn them clockwise and rest them into the top bands. So let me go ahead and repeat that. I'm going to try and slow it down just a little bit. So I turn them upside down, face down, turning it clockwise, and then I lay it into that band. And what that essentially does is that creates like a figure 8. And it traps these outside bands inside of the figure 8. If you trap the outside bands in a different location, sometimes they'll get trapped down here. It means you have to stop and redo that last step. So now we're going to identify the first band we're going to feed in. And the way you do that is you're going to look at the angles of your last 2 bands. So you can see this angle is a lot wider versus this one has a smaller angle. Let me turn it so you can see. Hopefully you can see that. So you're going to start with this band. And again, I work with it upside down. And the reason I do that is I want this band to be loose and free. I don't want it to get trapped underneath this band. So you can see right now I have it in the perfect position. I'm going to let these 4 bands loose in the middle here so I have space. And I'm going to turn this band into the figure 8. And then I'm going to fold it down. Okay? So now I have my last band. So now this last step, the hardest time to do this last step is if you have a small size ring. So if you have a size 7, 7.5, or 8, this is going to be the hardest band to feed in. And so the trick to that is then just to let these very, very loose, almost to the point where you feel like the ring is going to fall apart. Okay? And then I'm going to fold that into the figure 8. And I'm going to fold it down. And I'm going to kind of wiggle these all together. So there should be no force involved, no pushing, no bands need to go through any bands. Hopefully this has been helpful. This is the 6FMS. This is our sterling silver men's puzzle ring. And this is Tammy from puzzlering and Osher.com. Hope everybody has a nice day.